Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I like the Predator movies. Well, some of them anyway. This franchise has more up and downs than me at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Dan Trachtenberg's Prey was actually a resurgence for the franchise after the Alien vs. Predator movies and Shane Black's Predator nearly killed the entire franchise. Trachtenberg's making a sequel called Predator Badlands that comes out later this year. But first, we've got Predator Killer of Killers, a surprise animated movie directed by Trachtenberg that features the Predators hunting in 3 different time periods. The first story is called The Shield and is about a Viking named Ursa leading her clan to destroy a rival group and its leader. Ursa is built like Brienne of Tarth, but she looks 70 and can't fight the Predator with brawn and has to use her brains. The second story is called The Sword and it's about 2 brothers named Kenji and Kyoshi. When he was a kid, Kenji was betrayed by his brother to become their father's heir, and Kenji's lived in exile since then. The day after their father dies, Kenji storms his brother's castle to get revenge. By chance, a Predator actually decides to attack the castle at the same time as well. This is my favorite story in the film. It's so good and it could have been its own movie, even without the Predator. The third story takes place during World War II and is called The Bullet. John Torres becomes a pilot after getting drafted, and during the Battle of the Atlantic he finds out that Allied planes are being attacked by a mysterious craft. By the time Torres figures out that it's an alien ship, the rest of his squadron has already gone off to investigate. He takes off in a broken down fighter plane to warn them, but instead gets caught in a dogfight with a Predator ship and must use his wits to survive. I'm not a huge fan of animation movies, but this is one of the best Predator movies ever made. I like the look of the movie. It kind of reminded me of the Spider-Verse films. All the voice acting is good, and the movie even has Michael Biehn voicing a World War II pilot in the film, which means he's joined the club alongside Bill Paxton and Lance Henriksen as an actor who's fought a Terminator, Alien, and Predator, and lost. Afterwards, there's a fourth story that combines the protagonists of the first 3 stories. It gives us more of a look at the Predators' lore and their culture without messing up previous continuity. Not that there was much continuity to begin with. Apparently anyone who beats a Predator later on gets kidnapped, they get placed in suspended animation, and then they get fought out later on to battle in an arena with other winners. The winner, the proclaimed Killer of Killers, then gets the honor to battle some kind of Predator King. Neat, right? There's a scene in the credits that shows that the Predators take the warriors who defeated them and place them in suspended animation, including Naru from Prey. Which means that even though Prey took place in the 1700s, she could actually show up in a film set in modern times or in the future. It also means that Dutch, Harrigan, and Royce could be there in storage somewhere as well and show up again. A couple of things I didn't like about the movie. The first was that it ended on a cliffhanger. The movie's only 80 minutes long before the credits. Why not go a little bit longer and give us a conclusion? It just felt like a cheat at the end. When do we find out what happened? Will it be in Predator Badlands even though that's live action? Second, there are 3 different stories and the Predator gets jobbed out in each one of them. The Predator gets his ass more than the Avengers when they don't have Hawkeye with him. The idea for the character is so cool. An alien big game hunter that comes to Earth to take on our fiercest warriors. It's got advanced weaponry like an invisibility cloak and energy weapons, stuff that dwarfs our modern weaponry. It can cut through entire groups of people, but when they finally have to 1v1 someone, they always get killed. Again, and again, and again, like teenagers in a slasher movie. Even when it wins, it loses. In different movies, we see that the government's scared of these creatures and keeps their existence a secret. Why? We kick their ass anytime a human goes one-on-one with them. If they actually existed in real life, we'd probably have already figured out a way to send Marines through space to their home world to invade them. Even Olivia Munn's helped kill one. Can the filmmakers just let the Predator win? Just once? It doesn't have to be a dominant one, it can be a fluke win. Just something to make the viewers believe that they're still dangerous. Ideally, the Predator should be a slasher villain like Michael Myers or Joyce Voorhees, where even if he loses, you aren't really sure if they're actually dead. Maybe we'll see it in the next film, Badlands, which comes out later this year. It actually looks like the Predator's going to be a good guy in that movie. They've even given him a name, Deck. Maybe we'll finally see him kill all the bad guys, save Ella Fanning's droid character, and live happily ever after. Of course, with the way this franchise has always been written, it's more likely that Elle Fanning's going to beat 10 Predators by one-punch knockout, while they've got Deck bleeding out somewhere.